river is contaminated with a lot of things, a lot of waste material. The river is so contaminated. I think we can take a look at it. Guys, it's Camilla Sanyo again. My mom stays in Nairobi, so I wanted to go visit some places in Nairobi, so I passed this side. You remember in my recent video I was in a certain market and I found one of the people and he was free with me and he allowed to pass me through the garbage areas of Nairobi and polluted places in Nairobi. So, guys, my friend.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Yes. So I'm really glad. I think we met in the first video where fortunately I met our colleague here doing some shopping at the market, and since I come from around and I could really relate with what she was doing, her research and interest in environmental conservation and also researching on pollution. So I say let me also join her in this video.
Yes. So as you wish to pass me through, now I would like to know what's taking place here, what's causing this pollution, too much pollution around here.
Okay, so first of all, we're in Nairobi.
Yeah,
it's a very busy city, and
this place is
it's called Mihango.
Mihango.
Yes, still within Nairobi, in Embakasi East, I think. So Nairobi has had issues with garbage collection, managing waste. So as the cameraman will just take a note of, this place is like a dumping place. It's not legal. It's an illegal place where they come and dump the garbage. One reason is because we don't have a managed system where we have an official place of dumping them. Yes, we have Dandora, very far from here. But now, because people don't have a way of managing the waste they have, they're forced to look for alternative solutions. So unfortunately, those waste which should have been taken by the county government, now they end up being brought here. And that's why you can see how much litter is in this place.
Yeah. So, like this place, the way it is, doesn't it affect the neighborhood places or?
Whoa, very good observation. This place, anywhere we have uncontrolled dumping, there are always side effects. As you can see on that end, we have a river. It's part of the Nairobi River. This one passes through polluted environments where we have garbages littering all over. So this water is partly polluted, water pollution of course, by the garbages like this one which are dumped. The other thing is if you can just take note of the change of air around us. from where we are coming from at home to here, the air is really polluted. It's stuffy. It's not very good, and it's not. It's a health risk to people breathing in such gases. And you know, we have both solid waste and we have got some chemical waste which are here. So the side effect to the people living around is very bad. Lastly, you can see we have animals also trying to find their food here. So they are eating from the garbage, which is not actually healthy for them. And the other thing is, unfortunately, we can't take videos of the people who are doing work here around. It's a health risk to them. So we have both animals, the environment, and people affected by this waste being here.
Okay, then, but this place here, it's polluted, yes, but apart from this pollution, because it's mainly affecting the environment and the soil itself, are there any other types of pollution around here?
Yeah, so that's another good note. We have talked about land pollution, of course, because they are dumped on land. We have water pollution because some of this waste end up in the river. Then the other thing, after they have already collected, because there are people who come and take what can be used from the garbage, and so whatever they can't use, they end up burning. So you see, when they burn them, the smoke, both toxic and with a lot of carbon, of course, is emitted to the air, causing air pollution. And again, lastly, because that is not very known around here, we have residential places around. So sometimes trucks come here, the ones which are coming to dump the waste. So there's a lot of noise pollution also around because of those dump trucks coming around here. And again, lastly, I should have mentioned that this land is actually owned by the quarry farm. There's a quarry farm which operates. They get the building construction material from this side. So sometimes when they are doing the quarrying and the rest, there's a lot of noise pollution in this environment.
So as you said, you told me recently that this is done illegally.
Yes.
And if I may to ask, does this place contain all the garbage and the so waste materials from the whole city of Nairobi?
So now, fortunately or unfortunately, we have Dandora dumping site, which is actually the largest in Nairobi city. But now not all of them can access it. So you find, because it's an illegal dumping place, those people coming from the environment bring their waste here. Then we have those operating from far away, and because they are not able to go to Dandora, they'll end up bringing them here. So you'll find this illegal dumping site actually serves so many people around Nairobi where we can't even estimate how far. Yes. So many people bring their waste around here.
Okay. Now, these people are the people around here, what are they trying to do? They're trying to pick out the useful materials that they can recycle them, or they are trying to pack the rubbish away. What are they trying to do?
Good. That's a very good question also, because you see, among the waste materials brought here, there are those which can be recycled. One thing, but no, we don't have a systematic recycling system in place. So what they do, you find people collecting things like glasses. We have got plastic materials. We have metals. So you see, these ones, once they are collected, they don't know how to recycle. They're actually selling to those people who are going to do the recycling. So you find like the glasses being sold to a different buyer, things, metallic materials bought by a different company. The plastic ones also bought by a different company. So the ones who are collecting here, they're just doing it as a source of livelihood. They're doing it so that they resell those usable materials.
So they can be recycled.
Then they will be recycled. Yes.
Okay. So these people are not affected, like feeding, their ways of living here, like how do they live?
Okay.
In terms of feeding, in terms of health, because I don't think that this is a health place to live, to be in touch in this garbage like this. How do you think they manage to be?
Okay, so I've been around this place since 2006. So that's close to, is it over 20 years? Yes, close to 20 years.
Yeah.
So you see, we have Kayole on the other side. Kayole is a low-income place. So most people don't have a source of livelihood. So when they're coming here, they're actually risking their lives. It's only that they don't have an alternative. We have employment challenges in Nairobi and in Kenya, of course. So those who are coming to this place, despite the challenges and health risk they are putting themselves into, they still have to come here because it's where they can get their source of livelihood. They don't have protective gears. They just do it with their hands. And in terms of feeding and the rest, I don't think most of them don't care because they end up not even observing hygiene as they're eating and sleeping. And if we had an advantage of moving around, you'll find there are some temporary sheds where they will sleep. So there are those who, apart from getting those recyclable materials from here, they will still sleep within because they don't have homes.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's an ecosystem which is not very organized, but they have to do it because they don't have an alternative.
Okay.
Yes.
I think now I try to get it.
So now something back to you. I was really interested by your interest in finding out the different types of pollution in this environment. And of course, we talked about you have measures like for conservation and reclaiming places that have been wasted like this. So, what do you think should be done in order to reduce the extension of this and maybe preventing it also from occurring in other areas?
Okay, as my observation, I think now this should concern the government.
Yes.
The government has to take part of this, so that yes, it's good so that they collect this type of garbage in one place,
Yes.
but before, cause they have to get some things like they have to create some small pits around the town there. So that people could not, because you're not going to find anybody or put restrictions on the, like, let's take for example like the river.
Yes.
But people will just pour things in the river, most especially those people in the market, like those garbages in the market and those places near, the market people, yet the market is near the river. So they have to create some pits or some rubbish, whatever, so that they can dump things there to prevent people from dumping things in the river. Because this river, when it's polluted, it affects a lot the people, both the people and most especially the people, because they use that water for domestic use. And imagine you can be there and you really get surprised that the very people pouring garbage in the river are the people going to use the water in the river afterwards.
Yes.
So for them they don't care, but it really affects their lives. So they have to put strict laws on putting things in the garbages in the river, and also proper use of the rubbish. But so far, to my observation, beside putting this aside, Kenya is a bit more in rubbish, in like gathering rubbish well. Because in other countries, let me take for example Uganda, they dump rubbish anywhere, but on the roads but yes, this is bad, but at least this, because they have somewhere they gather it alone, not in everywhere in the city, but at least this. But this also affects the people, so I think they have to get a place and they put that rubbish together and it is burnt or downwards.
Yes. So that's nice. You mentioned something about Uganda. Fortunately, to your advantage, you've been in Uganda and Kenya.
Yeah.
So what difference do you see, apart from now, in Kenya you said you have some secluded place where they dump the garbage. Uganda, you mentioned that there are different places that you find garbage all over. So what do you think would have been the alternative? Very good point. So what do you think if this place was not used for garbage dumping and the rest? What do you think would have been the alternative use for such a piece of land?
Yeah. As you say that there is a nearby place, Kayole,
Yes.
and it's not in good terms. It's not economically developed.
Yes.
So that's why you've told me people are here gathering what they don't have where to sleep, what. I think if this place wouldn't have had all this, this would be a good place for so many economic activities for these people. Concerning also the river would be a really, this place can contain many things. A market can happen here, and all those people you're talking about would get jobs around here. And this place also would have used for agriculture. Yeah.
Do you know about riparian land?
It can be used for agriculture, and people be cultivating and such stuff. This place has a lot of things to do.
And also there's something about green, not green energy, but how do you call it? Where we have, maybe the viewers, this term is just getting lost. We have people are already polluting the environment, but now there is a different economy where they try to finance programs that are going to reduce the impact of the pollution.
Carbon.
Yes, there's something to do with carbon credit and the rest. Yes, there's something to do with carbon credit. As you're talking, it just came up to my mind. So we have people are dumping here, but now we have a way of reversing now the impact of this pollution. For example, air pollution. These gases which are emitted to the environment, atmosphere, they just go and cause depletion of the ozone. Something I'm so sure you know about, isn't it? So now when you look at issues of planting trees and the rest, I think we can also plant so many trees in this area so that we make the environment clean.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you have a message to young people like you about pollution, environmental conservation.
Yeah, by the way, pollution is really dangerous to our lives. It affects both health-wise, economically, because you can't stay in an environment, and a polluted environment like this, and you are free and you are health, and to be able to work, do this, to be able to carry out the activities in the environment, you have to first work upon the pollution areas, so that people be healthy. Unhealthy person is the person who is able to do the activities in the environment. So we have to fight pollution and be organized in this rubbish. Most people don't care about this, but this is really a tough or dangerous thing around people. It's really bad. So I think we have to come together and fight pollution in our environment. As many as they are, we have to make sure that we fight them.
What about a message to the government, because they are the ones who create policies about that?
So, okay, the government, I think the government has to put more strict laws on such pollutions. Yes, I think now this place, I don't think that the government knows about it, and even though they know, some government people know about it, but they don't show up.
Yes.
They don't show up. Yet these citizens here would be very important to the country.
Yeah.
If they come and they organize this place, because I think these people know this place better and they know what might be good in this place better, but they are doing that because they don't know much, they don't have what to do. But if the government helps them and clears this place out, because this place they know it better, they can do something which adds on their life better in this place. So I think the government has to walk and see different places of the country and try to find out the dangers and find the lives of people around there, so that they try to show up and help these people out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. It's been a good moment with our colleague here. So our main agenda is when we have a way of conserving the environment, let us make it as clean as possible. Let us also mind about waste management, because it's also a big challenge to almost everybody in the whole world. It's not only affecting Kenya, not only affecting Uganda, it affects the whole world. they're discussing the issues of garbage collection, recycling, which is supposed to be encouraged. We talk about recycling, it's supposed to be the best way. If you have something that can be reused, let us try and make sure that we use it again so that we reduce the number of waste products that are thrown to the environment. So thank you so much, and you're welcome. She will always be your host as we wind up, and I say welcome once again in Kenya.
Kenya is really a good place. Yeah. Thank you for having us today. Take care.